Good morning. Did we already do the countdown?
I guess it did. It skipped the countdown.
Totally bypassed the countdown. Good morning, guys. How are we doing this morning? I hope everyone's awake. Nice cup of coffee. We got a couple people in the house today. We're going to have a little fun doing a little unboxing. Today's show is actually brought to you by Old Guy Printing. Thank you so much, Dave, for sending this. This is awesome. I've been wanting to check out a DIY, a diode laser. Something that makes it affordable for the average person like myself. Well, I guess I'm not average, am I? But this way you can bring a really cool tool into your house at an affordable price. This is great for my thought is model railroading because you can cut so many materials with this. You can do like 1/8 inch. You're supposed to be able to cut up to 1/4 inch and also cardstock. So on Tuesdays, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on a mini laser. Good morning, Dave. How you doing this morning, friend? So, yeah, really, this is really cool. Thank you so much, Dave. I can't wait to dig into this. I hope I don't make a mockery of this morning, but I was able to pick up something. So after receiving this, I went on the Facebook Marketplace, and lo and behold, this popped up. It was almost like karma, or it was meant to be, but yeah, a gentleman put this up just as I was looking, and I was able to pick this up for $30 for the two pieces. It's the very bottom and then the honeycomb, and it's designed for small lasers like this. It's kind of cool. I think Dave has something similar to this too. But with no other further ado, we're going to go ahead and start getting into this box. Let me set this aside. I need to clean my desk. It's a flat surface, and you know what happens to flat surfaces.
I've seen it be way worse.
I don't know. Oh, no, you have. Oh, the shop right now is a disaster.
You need to do one of those hangouts and just do a live shop walk around before you actually clean it, so people can see what I'm talking about.
You know, I have a sharp object in my hand.
I do, okay. And I know you're fairly accurate when throwing them too.
You know, I probably should, but it's kind of embarrassing a little bit for me. So I like my stuff kind of clean. I can handle clutter, a little disorganization, because that's just me.
I'm gonna snag this bed out of the way for you. That way you've got space to work, and then we'll bring it back once everything's all good.
Thank you so much, sir. How's the audio, by the way?
Great.
Audio is great. Awesome.
For everybody who doesn't know, I watch on my phone with the playback somewhat muted, so I can tell if we actually have audio in the mornings.
Unlike last week.
Yeah.
Was it last week or the week?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
That was a fiasco that was unavoidable at that point for trying to do new things.
Yeah. But it's a good learning experience. I mean, that's how we learn.
Very much so.
And we're in our infancy, so. All right. Well, Dave, you did a wonderful job on repacking this. The quick start guide. How's our zoom on that? I should have opened it ahead of time and kind of taken a sneak peek, but that takes all the fun out of it. Disclaimer and safety guidelines. Okay, I'm a guy. I'm going to bypass that for now. All right. Our parts list. So we have our 4 frame tubes. We have our gantry, power supply, screws, laser goggles. On this one, we're definitely going to use. It shows 2 lasers, a 5-watt and a 10-watt. This is the 10-watt with air assist, which is going to be cool because I do have an air pump that'll work with this. Actually, I swiped it from the OhmTech. And we go right into assembly. I'm going to gander at this real quick to get a quick idea of what we're dealing with. This actually it's got some nice looking brackets. I can't wait to dig into this. So for you who just joined, we are assembling this Algo laser. I should have put up a link. I'll put up a link, or try to remember to put a link up to where this goes. And today's show is sponsored by Old Guy Printing. Thank you so much, Dave. You're awesome. This is going to be fun. Yeah, cool. Okay, it doesn't look too complicated. Oops. Certificate of conformity. I wonder how much they paid somebody off. Well, we'll set that aside. Oh, this looks good. Let me set the destructions over here. And we have our goggles. These are the green ones. Whoa. Now, with the diode, I recommend eye safety. I highly recommend eye safety. Diodes make me a little nervous, but I'm not going to worry too much. I do like my CO2. I feel a little more comfortable around that, but it's a totally different wavelength. We have our 4 bars. And now I noticed in the picture, there are some subtle differences between the bars. I'm going to make a mess on the floor again. Okay, so on this one I can see we have 2 holes. Are they threaded? They almost look threaded. We have some holes up here, so we have to pay attention to our orientation. And that's, looks like the Y maybe. And again, we have 4 holes in this one, 2 different locations. Back in the back, and then also on the side. And this is the front and the rear. I'm assuming that this goes in the front because it's a safety sticker. And we have to pay attention to the orientation because I see there's 2 locations on this one that pass all the way through. We have 2 rear. And got a little something on there. And 2 more, 4 on this. So it's pretty much identical front and rear on this one. We got our power cord. We have our, what is this? Oh, 24 volt. It's a 24 volt power supply. Let's see if you can read that. So it's got a little voltage behind it, 2.5 amps. We have our USB cable, USB-C to USB. Oh, the gantry. Wait, did I get to that yet? No, let's get to this. Oh, no, we'll get to that next. Let's do the gantry. It's actually a nicely built gantry.
Say, just from you handling it, it sounds fairly hefty. So and it looks
got a little weight
good.
to it. It uses the groove wheels. We can see where the belt passes through. The belt is already on this one. So there's no real assembly of the gantry at all, which is kind of nice. I really like that. Now this is both your X and your Y on this gantry, I noticed. There's your Y and there's your X. So it keeps it all together. Pretty much that's all you're going to need on the laser. You're manually adjusting your Z height. Oh, this is cute. That's smaller than I thought it would be. This is the Algo laser. It's the controller unit. And we have plugs for our ports. We have, let's see. Oh, and they're labeled XL, and Y. So you have your X-axis and your Y-axis. And what are these two for? That's for your Y-axis. That's your laser. So XL is probably laser. That's your X. So yeah. So XL would be the laser. L is laser. X is for the X-axis. That's clean. Push button power. Let's set that aside. Nice little cleaning brush. Oh, we have feet. Standoff, probably just a little over an inch, maybe an inch tall. We have 4 of these guys. Oop. And the laser. This is the part I was waiting for. Now this is a nice looking unit. The one thing I noticed about this versus some of the other ones is on a lot of the diodes, you don't have the nozzle. It's just flat to where as you're cutting, the beam's just passing right down. This has the nozzle to pinpoint your air directly through the cut that you're doing, which is really cool. Oh, that comes right off. Right, let's see if you can see that. So the nozzle is pretty much identical to what's on the CO2. And we have, oh, I could have brought the pump out. We have airline. Oh, and we have all of our screws and goodies, and brackets. Oh, we got tools in here. I was wondering about that. And another lens. The only thing is it's going to be a little more of a challenge because the screws aren't in certain areas. So that's going to be a fun thing to put together. Let's see here. Anything else? But we'll do it. We'll get that box out of the way. So
The
there we
joys
go.
of pre-demoed laser.
Pardon?
The joys of a pre-demoed laser.
Oh, I am not complaining one bit. This is totally awesome. So this is what we got so far. I'm impressed with the size of this. This is pretty cool.
So is that little guard just kind of held on there with magnets?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I kind of like that because it protects your eyes. It keeps that
just an extra little step of precaution if you forget to throw your glasses on.
Exactly. And most knowing me, most likely I'll forget to put them on.
Yeah, Mr. I deactivate my safety features for the viewers.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. I do that. Yes, I do. I don't recommend it. That's what I do. I do not recommend what I do to other people. I'll show you what I do. I have no problem with that. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Well, I have a feeling this might be one of them. This particular laser, I believe, is the 10 watt is $249. And then they have the 5 watt, which is $189 or $199 right in there. So around $200.
So what would be the biggest difference between the 10 watt and the 5 watt as far as, other than obvious just power? What
obvious like power, but just time.
Comparable, like cutting thicknesses and stuff?
Well, one thing with the diode laser I noticed is like on a 1/4 inch piece of material, the 10 watt might do it in one pass real slow. The 5 watt, you might have to actually do like 3 passes to cut through. It takes a little bit longer, but you can almost do the same between the two. Now, when you get into really thick materials, that might change. Again, I'm not 100% on diodes yet. I have a good idea because I've been around the lasers for a while, and I've heard a lot about these. And if you want to see a good video on this being put together and ran, at Gatton CNC, Dave Gatton. He has a video on this. And he does a walkthrough. As a matter of fact, it's this exact one. Let's see, where are we? Let's go ahead and dump this bag. Might be the wrong thing to do. This isn't too bad. We have our corner brackets. I wonder what that is. It's gonna be fun to figure out. We got our belts. Tools. So it comes with tools that you need. Now this is not it's I'm going to say it's not sponsored by Algo. Algo has nothing to do with this. It's actually my good friend Dave Gatton that helped put this together for me to give a video. Here we have another lens. Is this an actual lens or is it a protector? So I'm assuming that this is a spare. Is there a spare lens?
Go to your camo.
There you go. Oh, I forgot about that camera. That's kind of nifty.
I like that it comes taped off, so it's fairly protected with that removable film.
Yeah, in a nice little plastic container.
Little case you can lose.
And this one I'll probably lose. Okay, now these I would say from the looks of it, these are for the bands here. Okay. Let's get the destructions going here. Okay, assembly of the frame. Now we already have. This is kind of nice because it makes life easier. If you pay attention to the instructions, it looks like you can only put them one way. So, okay, normally these would be labeled A, B, and C, and D. And there are some subtle differences, but luckily we can see that the ruler's on one side, which would be our left. A and B, I'm assuming since, okay, this has 2 extra holes, which will be for, mounting your controller. We'll put that up front. Let's see, next. Okay, so does it show me screws? Using secure M, do me a favor, would you hand me my calipers, please? They're all M5s, it looks like. It's just distance. Zap, thank you. 25 millimeters. I've got a feeling it's these guys. Oops, that's inches. I got a new set of calipers. I can actually read them. Oh, that shows it pretty good. And the thread on this is, so these are the 25s. Alrighty. Okay, that makes sense. So the 25s come across. And they tie this all together. I'm happy that it comes with the Allen keys. So pretty much the whole frame of this is extruded aluminum. I can see where if you're at home, this would work great for ornaments. If you wanted to do like ornaments or keychains, or in the train roll, like buildings, if you want to do your own buildings or bridges. It looks like you could do a single wide module in here, which is pretty cool.
Another little niche thing that this could probably work really well for is scrapbookers.
Oh, I could see that.
My
Yeah.
mom is a scrapbooker through and through, and being able to laser cut cardstock to make borders for picture frames
Oh, yeah.
and
You could
stuff.
cut really cool designs in it.
Yeah.
That makes good
So
sense. So, I mean, the nice thing about these lasers is there's all kinds of cool things you can do with them.
good little starter hobby laser, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, instead of spending thousands of dollars on a machine, you only have to, you can spend a couple $100 to get an idea if you like
Right.
it.
Well, the nice thing about this one is it's small enough that it'll store away in a closet if you're not using it, so you don't have to dedicate half of a room and make a whole ventilation system
Right?
and
Exactly.
everything to get it to function properly without poisoning your house.
Okay, that one I'm going to have to rotate, it looks like, but we're still good there. This one we just have the two. I wonder if that's where the feet go to. I am so curious. I'm stepping ahead of myself. I know I am, but nope, that works. Do those go up or down? From the instructions, it looks like they go down. Okay. But again, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. This is more, it seems like the instructions are more pictorial versus directions. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So they're a lot like
Lego.
it's a lot like Lego. I was gonna say like assembling one of those Elgos, Saturn, no, Neptune printers, because that was mostly visual also.
Oh, awesome. Oh, looks like our audio is still doing good.
Yeah, no, I can, for as quiet as it is in my ear, I can hear both of us talking, and I'm not yelling at you, so it's good.
That works. Okay, I'm going to spin this because I do need to.
Just in the odd chance, does it say? I'm assuming it's metric
It's
drivers for the metric hardware.
metric drive.
Yeah, like a 2 mil, 2.5 mil, 1.5 mil.
Oh, yeah, all this. I'm going to, yeah, because even this is down to metric here.
Yeah.
Because this is 31 centimeters.
Okay.
Um,
Because if you happen to be purchase this as a Avid 3D printer and you already have metric hex drivers for assembling
Oh,
your other stuff,
yeah, this is
you don't
perfect.
have to use
No.
the little Allen keys that come with it if you already have
Correct.
already have a good set of drivers that are so much nicer to use than Allen keys.
Yeah, I mean, these aren't bad. I'm not complaining on this one. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. So a warning label will go up on the front. Oh, I know what that's for. That's for the switch. All right, we have the basic frame together. Oh, now we're going to add the gantry. Let's see. So it looks like the motors are on my left. Double check. Yes. Spin this around to match the instructions. Oops. One thing I just noticed is on this one, this is a little lower. So it's actually hitting the back rail, or it would be the front rail actually. But we can fix that real quick just by loosening up this guy.
It's almost like they want you to put the gantry on before putting that front bar in.
Yeah,
But that's not what the instructions say.
I have a feeling it's due to the fact that this is a 10 watt versus the 5 watt.
Oh.
And there's still a set of holes up here to where this could go up, which makes sense. No big deal. All we do is just loosen up our rail. That's what it is. Okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna cheat. I've already got the one screw out on the one side. I'll just go ahead and pop this one out. So now, was it originally shipped that way? Oh, you lowered it. Oh. How can I put it? You're like, just wait. Let's see how he accomplishes this. Oh, it's all good. So originally from the factory, it won't be sitting that low. But all we have to do is just compensate by. There we go. Feeding it that way, and look at that. And we'll put that back together. So yeah, this is one step that you won't have to worry about. The mount for the laser on the gantry is just pre-adjusted on this one.
You want to give a close up of what you're talking about there?
Yeah. I keep forgetting about this camera.
Yeah.
So actually what I'm talking about is
there you go.
This mount right here. And it's sitting down. As you can see, you can adjust it. So you can bring it down or up however you wish. And then your laser rides on the rails. So, and what happened is when I'm sliding it on with the wheels, the lower part here of the mount, the bracket, was hitting on the back of this. Now from the factory, apparently this will not be sitting this low. All right.
Tips from the OG.
Oh. No, I'll go ahead and let it ride. So right now, the front of the laser is facing your direction. This is simple. I mean, this one here, Andrew, I think you could put this one together.
I probably could put that together. I mean, so far, complete unboxing only taking about 20 minutes so far.
Oh, we've already got the gantry on the frame.
And that was going slow and explaining, what all the bits and pieces were.
Yeah. Oh, that rolls so nice. Alrighty.
I like how it comes with the integrated stops in the frames already, so you don't have to add those.
Yep, in the back. I like I'd run it right off the edge. Okay, now we've got the gantry on. We'll pass through XY gears. Okay, the gears are up in the corner. Let's see, how can I rearrange this where it's a little different. a little sip of coffee. I'm not even awake yet. Okay. Not the best for explaining what's going on. Whoops, excuse my whistle. So we're going to flip the machine upside down. Okay. Flip the machine upside down with the bottom facing up. Oh, we're going to put our brackets in. That makes sense.
Dave would like to know if you put the gantry on backwards.
The gantry, we'll double check it. I was doing it right the first time. But thank you so much. Yes, it is on backwards. Yeah, because like I said, the motors go on the side of the ruler. I got sidetracked when I ran into the plate. It's all your fault, Dave. Well, nice thing is it's an easy fix. Right now, it's an easy fix. Now, if I was to get the belts on and everything,
Hey, since you have to raise that plate later anyway, might it behoove you just to take the plate off, slide the gantry off, spin it around, and slide it back on?
well, Dave, was there a reason for you to drop the plate when you put it on, or?
Because he did say that you will probably want to raise it back up again in a previous yeah, he said you will want to raise the plate when you put the laser back on.
But I was trying to figure out if there was a reason for it, or?
Well, yeah, the reason it was lowered to fit in the box.
Oh, okay. That needs to be raised. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's only 4 screws. Not too difficult. Oops.
What are you missing? You're just trying to show what you're doing?
Pardon?
You're just trying to show what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these screws are small. Let's put them in that safe spot. I need a magnet. This is all made out of aluminum. Feels pretty strong. Okay, as you can see, the plate was easy to take off.
One thing for people who have never assembled anything like this before, watching this in the future possibly, aluminum strips out very easily.
Oh, when you're putting screws in?
Do not over tighten.
Very true.
I've done my fair share of mucking up aluminum assemblies by over tightening something, thinking it needed to be tight. If you're worried about it coming loose, use a little bit of blue Loctite.
Let's see. No, it shows the plate going on. Okay. Yeah, the plate goes on after the fact. I gotcha. Okay. So we're to the adding brackets. The only bracket I'm having a question with is unless I got that one upside down. Probably got my noggin in the way of the camera.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, yeah. Now this one here, I noticed there's 2 holes on one side, and these are close to the edge, and then there's 2 more holes on not the opposing side, but the next one over. And these are threaded, and they match up to the brackets. So yeah, you really can't mess up on this, except for turn the gantry around. So now we're to the point of putting in brackets. Back to, let's see. And these are, okay, flip the machine. These are M5 14s. So I'm going to guess it's these. $14, 13 and a half, 14 is close. Now my nephew, I don't think I'd let him put one of these together. Because like you were saying on the aluminum, it's easy to strip out. And everything he does, he torques the heck out of it.
Mm-hmm. I used to be that way until I ruined a few things and it got expensive.
I was there. But yeah, so far so good. Everything's going together easily. Show you the brackets I'm doing here. Oh. Now I know where the feet go too. You can do the feet while I'm doing the brackets. So it has roughly about a 1 inch standoff. And then you can use blocks or whatever to raise it if you're doing something special. What did I miss? Hey, Clyde, how we doing?
It says use a torque wrench.
Use a torque wrench. Yeah, actually, I should get a small one. That'd be kind of cool.
I've got a little 1/4 inch beam style. Except for the fact that I don't think those come with the torque spec in the instructions.
No. Well, you know what? I bet you could look up like the M5 screw to see what it suggests.
Yeah.
Maybe not for this manufacturer, but you can get a gist of it. Yeah, this is going together quite easily. So far for assembly, would I recommend it? Yeah. If you're not mechanically inclined, I think you could still figure out how it goes together. The instructions are, I like them. It's the Lego style instructions. So it's really simple. We're right here. We're adding the feet at the same time we're adding our brackets. And we'll add some more feet. Oh, buy my nephew a torque wrench? I should. He's a good guy. He is a vet. He actually was over in Iraq back in the day, and he took a mortar hit. Mortars came into the barracks, and it hit. He was in his bunk when they came in. He sat up, and it hit just behind him. And where he was sitting is right where the air conditioning unit was. So the sandbags were in a V, and his bunk was right on the other side of that V. So the mortar, when it blew, it went right through the wall. And luckily he was sitting up, and well, maybe not luckily, but I mean it could have been worse. But yeah, it peppered him really good. So he's still walking around with shrapnel in his back. So yeah, those guys put their lives on the line for us. There we go. Check that out. Oh, it looks like a laser already. I got a little sticker goo here. All right, I'm sitting in the back. That is the front of the laser. And we are down to assembling the end plates. Step 6 of the instructions. Again, this is Algo. It's the mini DIY kit or DIY mini kit. Let's see. Okay, there's the brackets. Ouch. Okay, you know what? It does matter on how these plates go on. Let's see. Front one is correct. Yep. Back when I need to spin. Well, see, I can say one thing. There's usually stickers on these that tell you the location of what it is, like A, B, front, back. This is the second time this unit has been assembled. So like I said at the beginning, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, which is actually that's kind of fun. I don't mind challenges. You got one extra step. No, I'm not perfect by any means. So who all do we have out there this morning? We have Clyde, crafted by Clyde. Let's see. I can't scroll up here. Give me a second. I'll take a better peek.
So
Do me a favor.
Right now we've got Clyde. We've got Old Guy Printing. I know that I'm one of the 6 people that have been watching. And
awesome.
Anybody else, drop a hi and where you're from in the comments.
Give a nice like. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. We're just pretty much starting out on... when did I start? I started the first of the year pretty much, right?
Yeah, just about a little bit before. So a little bit before Christmas. I think November, I think, is when you started doing stuff.
Alrighty. So yeah, these 2 holes are for your brackets on the front, and then the ones that are set back a little bit are for your brackets on the bottom. So I just happened to have it turned around, which is no big deal. Really is easy to fix. I see washers here. I wonder where those go.
If it didn't say to use a washer, don't use a washer.
Not yet. Not yet. It does not say. Oh, I see where the washers go. Oh, and I have a problem. I only see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's the 4th one. Okay, I see. The washers are actually in this next step. They're for tightening down the belts. Yeah, this is so far, it's a simple assembly. If assembling a laser saves you a few dollars, go for it. It's not that bad. And the other nice thing about assembling your own laser is you learn more about it. It's no different than building a CNC router. You can buy one that's already done. I get it. I mean, I have a Laguna. My Laguna I had to rebuild though. But like if you get a kit, like let's say a Gatton CNC kit, as you put it together, you get to learn about what every piece is and what its function is within the CNC. So if you have a problem, it's easy to fix your own stuff. So as far as the laser, I think this is pretty cool because it's more of a hands-on. Okay. Now that we've got that fixed, let me put one more screw in over here, or 2 screws. We'll flip her over here in a second. Now, next Tuesday, what I'll do is we'll take this out to the shop and we'll actually fire it up there. We're kind of down in the dungeon this morning.
With a half-sick family.
With a half-sick family, yes. Yes. Little man is home sick. They're hidden in the corner of the house. I locked them up during quarantine. No, they're not. Everyone's doing good. I'm just not feeling good. All right, here we go. We're into M514s. Some more of those. 1, 2, 3. We have 4 of those left. We have 4 washers left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 brackets. Our 2 belts, 1 on each side. Actually, and it also says to put that faceplate on too. So we'll go ahead and put that back on. Okay, it's got a little notch right here. There's 2 notches, and it looks like those notches go up.
A little bit of puppy news from Dave. Apparently, she came back last night.
Oh, cool. Oh, dude.
Is this that one that you were talking about?
Yes.
Telling me about?
Yes. I was that. I'm not gonna lie, Dave. I got a little upset because I know your feeling on her, on the little angel, and when you put that news up and she wasn't around, I thought the worst. I am so glad she came back. Yeah.
Now the question is, did you put that back in the place that it was in, or did you put it up higher where it's supposed to be?
Actually, the nice thing about this, I'm not gonna lie, is it does slide up and down. It's the let's see if we can see it. There's rails right here on the side that will lock in.
Okay.
So it is adjustable up and down depending upon material. Yeah. All right, smart ass.
Hey, I'm just going by what the previous builder recommended.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Dave knows a lot more about this one than I do. Dave knows a lot more about diodes. This is my very first diode. I've had CO2 lasers for a long time, but I've never had the opportunity until now to play with a diode. There we go. So this will be fun. The nice thing is I know some of the basics I'll be able to carry over. Yeah, I am so glad that pup came back. I was hating people. I mean, I already do, but if I don't know you, yeah, no. If I'm not, I'll give respect if I'm respected. But disrespect me, why should I even waste my time on you? Period. So, yeah, and there's a lot of people out there like that. And when you said that, I just thought the worst. I am so glad. There were prayers that went out, apparently. It looks like they were answered. Let's see. There we go. How's that look? I keep forgetting about this really cool camera right here. My cell phone. Oh, there we go. You can see it. So we added the mount. This is the mount for the laser. You can see the 2 notches on top. The laser will slide down into it. And then our next step will be belts. So yeah, we're almost there. We're kind of coming up to the home stretch here. See, it actually looks like a laser now. Oops.
There you go. Just get it.
It's like
the world's only bed slinging laser.
Yeah. I'm actually having fun. It's rolls so smooth. It's just, yeah.
I say those bearings are beautiful bearings. They're silent.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Are
one
those
thing
are
I
those
noticed.
the rubber coated wheel bearings? The like it's got like a little bit of a rubber coating kind of type wheel on
Oh
it.
yeah. These are the same ones that are on the our 3D. A lot of our 3D printers.
Yeah,
It's the same wheel. I have a whole drawer of these things.
yeah.
So if you ever need one, just let
I
you
know
know.
you've told me. No,
Now
those are nice.
there are some concentric nuts on this. I can already feel I need to tighten them up, but we'll get to that one later. Because I don't even think they show them in here to tighten or loosen those. So we're down to our belts. There's my clippers. This is a nice little. Okay, these go under, so looks like a little bit of a challenge to get this belt through here. Let's see, how can I do it? We'll just right through the top. Oh, whoops. We go right over the top of this one. Look at that. Sweet and simple. And then we'll go over the top of this one.
Is that a lead screw for the X-axis?
Well, yeah, I guess you could put it that way. This is belt driven versus
I'll
using
say it's belt driven in both directions, correct?
yeah, X and Y is belt driven. So yeah, there we go. Which is fine. I mean, you're not pushing a lot of weight, and I mean, it rolls extremely easy. Okay, I know there's another belt on this table. There it is.
Right in front of you.
I have a feeling I was supposed to put the things on first, but it doesn't really say, does it? No. Yeah, I went to yesterday. I went to the doctor's, by the way, and my hypertension seems to have calmed down. A little over. That's been 2 years now. I went in and went to get my DOT medical card, and my blood pressure was 220 over something. It was crazy high. And yesterday it was 128. So I'm very pleased with that. I don't like taking meds, but hey. All right, this is looking good. So far, so good. Let's add these front brackets.
You've still got no volume. You're muted.
Oh, I'm muted.
You didn't unmute it.
I didn't unmute it. Am I unmuted?
There you go. Medium long button press to mute or unmute. Quick button press doesn't do anything.
Ah, gotcha. All right, where are we? Let's see. So we must go up. Just pass that through that little hole. Get this close up here in a second. Let's push that back. Oh,
I transitioned too early. I figured you would be ready.
oh. I'm never ready.
I know.
I'm the never ready battery.
Yeah. Playing with his feet, people.
Excuse me. All right, I'm adding these brackets. There's 4 of them. They go all the way around. They also hold the screw to tighten in the belt. So we'll get that going. I don't see too many parts left. We have the limit switch. Let's see, there's one already mounted to the gantry. I just need to add the limit switch to, it goes up front actually. All right. Do the other side here. Same thing. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you do get one of these, you don't need me to explain it. Just take a look at the instructions. I mean, it's really not that hard or difficult to assemble. I mean, you don't have to leave. Don't get me wrong on that. But yeah, this one is extremely simple to put together so far. So far, I'm recommending. Let's see. That'll go next. I'm going to go ahead and put the front ones on first. Those are the shorts. Now, this is the one where I'm putting the washer. And the washer locks the belt into place. So that way the belt does not slide anymore. And this is another, what is this, M4? It's a short little guy. It's a M58 with the washer. I like to, again, for the people that just started watching, we're assembling the Algo, the mini DIY kit. This is the 10-watt laser. I was kindly gifted this so I can show the world diode laser. Plus, I have not had the opportunity to play with one until today, and this is pretty cool. I'm impressed so far. It's built really nice. It's looks like aluminum. Everything's aluminum right down to the extrusion. It's belt driven, which doesn't. I think it's fine due to the fact that it's not pushing a lot of weight, so you shouldn't have any issues with this. It rolls extremely smoothly. And it's, how long have we've been at this? Almost an hour.
I'd say assembly's been 40 minutes.
40 minutes. So mechanically inclined, you could probably have together 35.
I'll say if I were assembling it, just going off the instructions and everything was brand new in box and all the screws were labeled as to which screws they were, which they would be, and all the parts were labeled, and we didn't have the couple of little flubs that we had. Yeah, I'd probably be to where you're at now in about 30 minutes.
I could see that. I agree on you on that one. It's actually an extremely simple kit. Now, I had a few little challenges. This was gifted to me by Dave Gatton, Old Guy 3D Printing. Go check out his channel. And then if you want to get into, he has a video on this exact diode laser. You can go to Gatton CNC and do a search for the video. Just type in Algo and it'll take you to it. And I think he has two on this one. Yeah, this just.
You wanna is that Algo, ALGO, or
ALGO, Algo?
Okay. Because sometimes it comes across that you're just saying like Elgu, but with a weird accent. It's really close. So no, this is not made by the same people that make 3D printers.
No, it's not. You're right. It's ALGO, Algo. Almost like Algo, but Algo.
Yeah.
L will go.
One little step you glossed over there that I just noticed you do that was just kind of second thought, just because you're used to setting stuff up. When you were tightening down the one side before you put the other bracket on to tighten down the other side, you checked to make sure the gantry was decently square in the frame, so it wasn't binding.
And the nice thing is it has, I don't know if you can see, it has these stops.
Yep.
So when you bring it all the way back, it should hit both stops, and this one does. There's no gap. And if there is, you can adjust the belt. Oops, I just messed it up. So this way it's square. There we go. Yeah, that makes it really nice to be able to adjust it that way. And I mean, you can measure. I don't have a tape down here, but you can go corner to corner if you need to. I'm pretty sure it's pretty square. When you can do a square on your test cut, you can also loosen up the coupler. There's a coupler right here. You can loosen that up, and then you can fine tune your belt to make sure everything is 100% square. Thank you for that.
Like I said, just second thought stuff that somebody who is brand new to assembling stuff like this wouldn't think of.
Yeah.
Because it probably didn't say it in the instructions on how to do that.
No, it actually does not.
Oh, it does?
Not that I've seen so far.
Okay.
But that's. I mean, this goes together so nice, and it's kind of hard to put it together not square.
Yeah. Well, with the extruded frame, I like you were mentioning that there's the cam screws or cam nuts for tightening the tension against the rails. Those might
and these
just be a touch off, and
yeah, right now they're a little loose. So we'll go adjust those eventually. Yeah, those are cam locks, good. But still, I mean, right now it's usable. Let's see. Okay, we got all that together. Assembling the belts. Passes through. We did all that. That's all good. The tension's correct. And adjusting the height, we just did that. We finished that. We're actually up to step 10. Now we're putting on the switch. Oh, we're getting closer. Oops, that's on the other side. I forgot I spun it.
Spin it around again.
Now what set of holes? Okay, I noticed there's 2 sets here. And I'm going to go ahead and place it on the back. What it does, the gantry comes back and it hits the switch to tell it that's where 0 is. Right on this one. Well, let's see where it hits with the laser. Because I don't want the laser to hit the edge wall. Or the edge, the edge wall. I don't want the laser to hit the side of the tubing here. So apparently it looks like this will work just fine on the back set of holes. So we have those for this. Yes, they are. Okay, everything's Allen wrench until you get to these, which they're Phillips. But it does come with a small Phillips screwdriver. There we go. I need to pay attention to the screen a little bit more. As Old Guy Printing says, just search Dave Gatton Algo laser and you'll find the video. And I think I watched that particular video. When you put it out, I watched it, and then I watched it 2 more times. Good video. Good walkthrough. All right, limit switch is on. Nice solid hit. Need some more coffee. And so far, we are finished all the way up to step 10, and we are on to step 11. And this is where we add the laser and thumb screws. See, and it's already feeling solid. I mean, yeah, it's feeling really good. I like this laser head. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than the other ones that I've seen out there. This is a 10 watt. The wavelength is 455 nanometers, 455 plus 5 nanometers. Max optical power is 10 watts. Focusing method is fixed distance. Focal, I like this because it tells you the exact distance too. It's 30 millimeters. Input current is 24 volts. So it doesn't draw a lot of power to do cutting, which is really nice. And we did that right. Let's get these thumb screws in here. Now the nice thing, this is adjustable on height. It's up here. How's that? So you can adjust the height. So let's see here. If I want to laser engrave this leather, I'll know to take it to a certain height. I'm pretty sure there's a piece in here to give me the distance. And then once you get it, you just take your thumb screw. Oops. And set it up the height you need. Let's get the other thumb screw in there. I'll put that one up. So we have 4 locations for thumb screws. Let's put that one up here so it's not totally in the way. Any trains behind me yet?
There was an Amtrak a little bit ago.
Ah. Yeah, behind me is a virtual rail fan. And this one is Fort Madison in Iowa. It has the swing bridge, which is really cool to watch when they actually do move it. Barges will go up and down the river. It's the Mississippi, so it's East Iowa. So Iowa, Illinois border. All right, we're already finished with step 11. That was quick. And it's even looking more like laser. Yeah, I'm surprised that it actually came with tubing too. So the tubing is for the air assist.
Does it say in there what PSI or whatever is recommended?
No, I've
CFM
seen guys,
or something.
I've seen guys use air pumps for your fish tanks.
Okay.
And then the one I have actually looks like it's a larger air pump that would work for multiple fish tanks. Something that I would have like in a pet store, like one of my pet stores I used to have. We'd use those. And they've just incorporated those into the laser because it usually pushes enough air depending upon what it is. This one, that'll be perfect. Now for my CO2 laser, I like being able to adjust it.
Yeah.
It's not enough for certain materials, but it's enough for this.
So for those of us who've never messed with a laser with air assist or a laser with at all, what's the air assist?
Well, the air assist, as you're cutting, it blows through the item and it helps clear it out. And it also pushes the smoke and any debris away from your cut.
It just makes a cleaner cut.
It's a cleaner cut. There are certain materials you don't want to use the air assist or lightly use it, and that's like acrylics. If you're using a cast acrylic, and you want to cut. Now, I don't know how this is going to cut cast or clear, but like on a CO2, you want to turn the air down. Now, from my understanding, you can cut clears in certain metals or certain plastics, but you have to coat it first. So that's going to be interesting to see.
And a lot of those clear plastics and acrylics and stuff come with a coating on them when you buy them, just for like scratch resistance sometimes.
Some of them do, yes. Okay. Now from here, we go to step 12. The air pipe connection. I don't have the air pump this time. We will have it next week. And then it does not show the assembly of the controller on here. Let's see here. There it is. Yes. There it is. Okay, we're on to step 13. So next week I'll have to remember to bring up step 12. We're going to assemble the control box. Controller. Okay, let's go to move this here real quick. Let's not get people seasick yet. All right. This is the Algo controller. It's got your power switch. I wish I had more. I wish I had an emergency stop. Your 24 volt in, your I/O port, and your USB. And then you have your line coming out for your this is your laser, which will plug into the back of the laser. That's your X motor, servo. And then we have the Y. We'll get to that in a second. Let's go ahead and put this. This is simple. It's a simple box. And we're coming through the backside with, what are those, 14s? 18s, M4 18s. See if I grab the right. I'm blind. Can't see the back of it. I'll just pull that screw out, get the right Allen key. Yeah, it's not that one. There we go. And we'll just line up that. I mean, we are almost finished. I wish this had a test button. Excuse me. So we're just 2 screws on this to tighten up. And you don't need to over tighten any of this. I mean, make sure it's snug, but check this out. We are almost there. It's looking like a laser. Okay, let's see. Let's follow the instructions. We have this assembled. Now we're going to do the electrical. Looks like there's a couple zip ties we could use, but we'll put those on later. I need to pull some out. Our limit switch. It's that simple. Now our limit switch is connected. Coming around the side, here we have our Y motor. And then the X limit switches. XL is your limit switch. And it's as simple as that. There we go. Plug those in. So now we have both limit switches connected. And last but not least, we have our laser and our X motor. So that's our gantry motor and our laser. And now one thing I noticed is it'll only go one way on your plug. So if it doesn't feel like it's going in, do not force it. Just slide that underneath here. Just like that. And believe it or not, let's see, is that it? That's it. We are actually complete. Now what we'll do is, let's see, that's 15. Okay, 16. That's what this is. This is, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and slide that underneath it. I might.
So now you need to raise the laser up even more.
Yep.
You need to make some extended feet.
Oh, actually, that works.
Does
Yeah,
that
it
go high
depends. Yeah, because you can only go as high as the bottom of the gantry, which
Right.
is quite a bit. That's a little over an inch,
Okay.
but that works perfect. Thank you, sir. And surprisingly enough,
So right now it's if you've got it up as high as it'll go, if focal point is 30 millimeters, you're probably right at the base of the thing.
yeah, I could put a, but the way it's sitting right now, without raising the feet, I could put a 1 inch thick item. Matter of fact, let's set this in. I could literally, because this is the
Down a little
spacer.
bit. There you
There we
go.
go. Your focal tool. So yeah, the way it's sitting right now, I could literally, and that's about 3/4 of an inch thick, this material. So I could literally engrave on that right now. So this is the focal tool. Do not lose that, or at least I would 3D print a second one for a backup. But the way this sits with the honeycomb down below, I still have plenty of room to work. And if I was gonna say, if I get a rotary tool
Mm-hmm.
and want to do a tumbler or something, I can literally just raise this up on blocks or 3D print taller feet. I mean, there's so many different ways I'm going with it. I think my focus on this will be laser cutting small cardstock buildings. But I mean, that's just one little dinky avenue on what this machine could do. You could do Christmas ornaments. You could do laser engraving, personalize certain things. You can. I'm not going to say you can't. You can laser engrave on metal, but you do need a special spray, something like Cerakote. They've also found out that there's certain white spray paints that carry the same chemical composition as Cerakote, so it's a lot cheaper, and you can use that. I've tried it on tile, and it actually worked. So you're not limited. Some guys will say you can't do metal, but I don't think they're. I think they should word it different, because you can do metal, but you need something to help it out to engrave on it. But yeah, we actually, it's assembled. It looks good. I guess we can kind of power it up to see what happens. Burn down the house. Let's see. I have somewhere. It's right up front here. There's the. Oh, you're shocking there, Andrew. You got a shocking personality.
Well, that I do some days.
Yeah, the air is dry. The air is super dry. So let's add a little power to this.
For all you guys who stuck along this long, remember to tune in tomorrow for the big giveaway
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm still trying to. Oh yeah, it's the
that you
A1.
forgot about.
Yes, I did forget about it. Thanks for reminding me.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your club members.
Yep. Do I push the button? Yeah, let's push the button.
Is it a click button? There's a little green light that's turning on the one side.
Oh, is it on the side itself?
On the side facing me, there's a little green light that turns on, but then as soon as you let go of the button, it turns off.
Okay, the laser engraver device is not advised for individuals with photosensitive epilepsy. Do not leave machine unattended. Well, I agree 100% with that. If you're using the machine, you stay with it. Keep the device away from hazardous and flammable materials. So, I wonder if it light your farts. I don't believe I just said that on camera. Do not fart around your machine. It can be quite explosive.
The intrusive thoughts of one. Oh.
And now we're to how to use. And we're going to leave that next week. We're already into this for an hour and a half. I would say if you were to pick this up to get it assembled and running, you could probably do it in an hour. Mr. Gatton, the 3D printing guy, the old guy 3D printing, was generous enough and kind enough to send this my way because I haven't had the opportunity of playing with a diode. I've had my laser for over 13 years, but that's a CO2, and it's a whole nother critter. They kind of do the basic things. They cut materials or engrave materials using the frequency of your light. This one, what was it? A 515 nanometers on this one, if I remember right. Is it on the machine? It's on here. Let's see. What is this one? 455 nanometers. I forget what the CO2 is, but it's a different light. This one here, you do have to be a little more cautious with because any stray blue, it's actually harmful for your lights or your eyes. Excuse me. The CO2, just as bad. Do not stick your remaining good eye into the laser beam. It's not good. So, but at least with that one there, the light itself doesn't hurt your eyes as long as you keep away from it. On my machines, yes, I do run it with the top open. I do not recommend that. Don't do what I do, kind of a thing. You do you. I'll do me. We're all good. So what we're gonna do is next Tuesday carry this on. By that time, I'll have a spot out in the shop for this, and we'll be able to run some tests and some goodies. I'll probably play a little bit with it between now and then to make sure that it's hooked up properly with my Lightburn. I am going to run this with Lightburn because I already have it, and it's not an expensive program. The cool thing with Lightburn is you can get it and use it for your laser, your diode laser, and if you decide to upgrade, say to a CO2 laser, you can utilize that. You upgrade your Lightburn. I think things are kind of changing in how Lightburn itself is. It's a really cool tool. It's a great tool. I do recommend it. But there are some free. I think you can download. Let's see. Can you download? I think you can download. Well, they're actually showing Lightburn in here too. But there are some free programs you can run. Gerbil. Laser Gerbil, Launch Laser Gerbil, Lightburn, either or. So you don't need Lightburn to run it. It is, but again, Lightburn is a good tool. And that's what I'll be using. But there are videos out there pertaining to other software. So on that note, it's still early. Laser Gerbil is free, yes. So yeah, you can download the free. But if you've gone this far, my honest opinion, spend a little extra, get the software. The software will stay with you. It's a lifetime deal, which is really cool. And then you can, if you progress to a CO2 laser or even another diode, it'll work. That's the best thing. I can help you out easier with Lightburn than I can with Gerbil because I personally haven't used it. I'm pretty sure old guy printing knows way more about Gerbil than I do. He probably even has a couple videos on it. So on that note, tomorrow, Coffee with Klondikes, same time, 10 o'clock. We'll be here tomorrow just kind of talking about trains and goodies and N scale and G scale. And I'll have a giveaway. I'm gonna be giving away something really cool. So hopefully tune in tomorrow and we'll see you then. Yeah, Dave doesn't use Gerbil. Oh, it's light burn. It's light burn. But on that note, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Mr. Gatton, thank you so much. This is a really cool tool. And I think for the train world, I think this, yeah, this is extremely useful. It's an extremely useful tool in the train world. So on that note, we'll see you next Tuesday, and we'll continue this on. Have a good one. And until then, stay